Up next on Sci-Fi Fantasy, Ultrasonic Cleaner, Round 2, fight! Hey everybody, it's Kenny Conklin from SciFiFantasy.com and welcome to another YouTube video. So this is a round 2 fight for the Ultrasonic Cleaner. Why are we making a second video on it? Well, let's put it this way. I was like a virgin on prom night when I got this thing. I opened it up, I played with it right away without knowing what I was doing, messed the whole thing up and didn't enjoy the experience. So I played around with it a little more to figure out exactly what I should do to get things nice and crystal clean, and it actually worked. So we're going to go through that in today's video. But before we get to the video, we are over the 1500 mark. So watch until the end of the video and I'll have a special announcement at the end that you can check out and hopefully that you'll all be interested in. So let's get over to the bench and check out what I did with this thing this time. So here we go again. I got the brush nice and dirty, paint in there on the needle, down the throat, there's overspray on the cap. And we're going to use ammonia-free glass cleaner this time instead of just straight water. And I'm going to use about 20% glass cleaner and 80% water in this mixture to get the brush clean this time. So I break down the brush again. I'm just going to plop the parts in there, and you can see, and once it's not blurry, the needle's got paint all over it, and then the overspray on the cap here and the overspray on this cap here. And we're just going to put all of this in the solution. And there is the messy paintbrush, airbrush again. So this is 2 hours later after soaking, getting ready to turn the bad boy on. We'll click it on in a second here and let it start vibrating. You can see right away that the action of the ultrasonic cleaner is already starting to strip that paint that's been soaked. So it's going to be a lot easier to clean up the brush. You can actually see it coming out of the throat of the airbrush right there at the top left hand corner of your screen, and everything that's coming out of the cup. So it's doing its job a lot easier after soaking the airbrush for about 2 hours. And like I said, just 20% is Windex and the other 80% is just water, and I let it soak for 2 hours and I'm letting it do its thing. The next round got more of it out, but I'm not even going to deal with putting this through the ultrasonic cleaner for a third time. I'm just going to wipe it out that little bit, and if it gets unblurry there, you can see there's a little spot up there, but that's loose. I just take the paper towel and get it out, and the whole thing is nice and clean. The outside's nice and shiny and smooth again. Our cup is crystal clean, so using a solution rather than just water is a much better option. It's going to get that. Going to get everything clean. The needle is perfectly clean and smooth. Nothing was left on that I had to wipe off. All I had to do was dry it off. And here's the airbrush all back together. Perfectly clean, shiny, like I said, really smooth after the ultrasonic cleaning. And I can't complain about this thing. It did a good job after soaking the airbrush for 2 hours in the cleaner. And here's Hans von Practice painting. He has Tamiya primer on him plus about 5 or 6 layers of acrylic paint. So I put him in and we're going to let him soak. The same thing, take his bath, and we're going to see how he comes out after using the 80-20 solution on him. As you can see, a lot of the paint didn't come off of him, so he's going to go back in a bath, but this time I'm going to go straight with the Windex on him. 100%, no other solution at all. So he'll sit in there for about 2 hours and see how we do with that. He's getting his shake up here. As you can see, the water or the Windex has got muddy. It took a lot of the paint off, but not enough. It's down to primer in some spots, and it's also down to the resin again in other spots, but 2 hours soaking and a few ultrasonic cleanings, there's still a lot of paint. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go over to the Super Clean. And with the Super Clean, I made a 50-50 mix of Super Clean and water. And we put him in there And what he's going to do is I sat him overnight. So he sat in the solution for about 16 hours or so. And you can see I started up the machine and right away all that paint is starting to come off. So once he's done, we'll see how he does and how clean he got from the ultrasonic cleaning. Now I ran this about 2 times on his front and 2 times on his back. So I flipped him over a few times to get him as clean as possible during the ultrasonic. Now here's Hans, and he is clean. There's a little bit of paint in his hair, but everything is off. Primer, acrylics, you name it, it's all gone. He's back down to resin, ready to be primed and practiced on again. So if you use the right solutions, you can definitely get things clean. Next up, a little trick that I learned from Michael on Facebook is using the ultrasonic cleaner to clean your brushes. I'm just using straight water here. I clean the brush first and then I use the ultrasonic cleaner. You can see the little puff of smoke coming out of the extra paint that I couldn't get with my paintbrush cleaner alone. So it pulls all that paint out of the bristles and it makes the paintbrush clean. Now I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it this way you can see with the full paint, like as if I was just painting, had this thing running, and it just pulls everything out of the brush. Just keep flipping it around a few times. If you wanted to sit this thing next to you after you're done with your brush, you can actually just clean it all out and you'll have no problem. But more of the idea is after you clean your brush off how you normally do it, run it in the ultrasonic cleaner and it'll pull that extra little bit of paint out that's in your bristles that you can't get to. And there it is, a 100% clean paintbrush. Well, that's it for this video on the ultrasonic cleaner. As you can see this time, by soaking it and using the right solutions, you can get a crystal clear airbrush and you can actually use it on other things that you have, such as painted figures and brushes. So it's got multiple uses, actually works very well. So now about that special announcement. Since we're over the 1,500 mark, I figured once we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 3 of these bad boys. Just as another gift to the community for coming by, watching the videos and subscribing and all that other stuff. As soon as we hit the 2,000 mark, we'll have another giveaway. We'll give away 3 ultrasonic cleaners to 3 lucky subscribers, and we'll do it as usual, picking out of the hat, or we'll do the random name generator or something like that. So spread the word about Sci-Fi Antasy to your friends that are also in the hobby community. Tell them to come subscribe. The quicker we get to 2,000, the quicker I could give away these guys. So thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. If you have any questions or comments, just throw them in the comments section below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible, as I always do. I hope you all have a great night. Take care and bye-bye.